Yo, what we saying, everyone? How's everyone feeling about this? These finals, big Ramy. What we saying? What we saying? Jump in the chat, guys. Let's talk. I don't go live enough, do I? So come on. What we say? Who have we got picked to win? I told you Bonac was going to do it. I told you he was going to pull it off. What we thinking about Big Ramy? Not looking as good as they were making out. Even me. Jump in the chat, guys. Let's have a conversation. Who most impressed with outside the top four? Outside the top four, honestly, Morgan. I know that sounds random because he was probably maybe the worst one there, but I was expecting a lot worse from him. I thought Akeem looked sick, to be fair, especially from the back. But Akeem always looks good from the back. Well, he was off. Yeah, Ramy was off big time. Big time. Was not as impressed as I thought. And obviously they dropped the bombshell of Chad being his coach, which kind of came out of the blue because I speak to Ramy's manager quite often. Coach talentship sort of level than we do bodybuilding. But I did say, I said Bonac could win this. I'm very impressed with Dexter. What's everyone thinking about Dexter Jackson? I thought Dexter placed really well. I thought his posing was spot on as usual. It's a masterclass whenever you watch Dexter. I mean, what are we saying about Steve Kuklo? Come on, let's talk about it. You've got me for ages. What we saying about Steve? I was impressed with Steve, to be fair. I mean, he was a dark horse. Who's for second place? Honestly, I want Dexter. I really, really want Dexter for second place. But Steve did look. I think Steve looked leaner, especially in the quads and lower back. And I've seen a lot of comments, people slating Steve's conditioning, but I think we've all had an issue with seeing what we've seen on the live stream and the videos that we've had, and everybody else's live streams from like Dennis James and I think Brandon Curry did one. A few other people there did a live stream. Quality was shit. The quality of the actual main live stream was total trash. If you click on the little settings button where you can increase the quality, that only went up to 720p. I mean, who's streaming in 720p? Isn't that like filming it on a Nokia? Like, what the fuck was that about? I mean, I wasn't expecting 4K, but let's rock 1080p. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, second place. I want Dexter to get second, but I don't know. I think Steve's conditioning was a lot better. He was a dark horse. Speaking of dark horses, what we saying about Patrick Moore? I mean, Patrick didn't exactly look amazing. I just don't think he's got the size to contend with everybody there. I think that's the issue. I think because he has got such a classic style physique, he's playing with the big dogs on that stage. So I think he's going to blow his lines out, because I think with Patrick, he's got to get bigger to contend with the likes of William, Brandon, all these big guys, especially like if you get fucking Rolly up there next to Patrick Moore just going to look like his little brother. So I think that's where the problem lies with Patrick Moore. And I think that's where Patrick's sort of at the place where Sergio was a couple of years ago. Obviously, Sergio had the very clean lines. He had that very sort of classic-esque physique. Didn't have the muscle maturity or the big muscle bellies. And I think Patrick's going to have to step that up. And once he does that, the lines will be blown out. And I don't think he'll keep that sort of almost aesthetic X shape that he's got going on. I think that's Patrick's biggest problem. I think he needs to decide where he wants to sit with regards to how he's presenting the package he presents on stage. I mean, who else is there to talk about? Who have we got? Obviously, we've mentioned Ramy. We've mentioned the fact that, we were all aboard the hype train. Obviously, he's back on later tonight, so, maybe Chad can do something with him. I hope Chad's not giving him the diuretics. We won't bring that up with Sean Ray. But I mean, yeah. Who have you got for second? What place for Sergio? Now, yeah, this was another one. Like I was Sergio and Victor. I said in the last video, Sergio and Victor, and Johnny actually, Johnny Jackson, were the three that I wanted to see because I hadn't seen them in so long. I wanted to see how far they progressed, especially Sergio. Johnny and Victor was more of a nostalgia thing for me because I haven't seen them on stage for such a long time. Well, not such a long time. It hasn't been that long, really. But on a big stage like they were on now. Sergio, I thought he looked really good. I think he peaked too soon. I think, judging from the pictures from the other day, compared to what package he had on stage, I don't think he was as lean as he could have been. I don't know. Sergio just doesn't have the genetics. I think Sergio has literally fought tooth and nail for the last 18 months to bring that mass game. And I think, again, referring back to Patrick Moore, the game they have to play now is this ridiculous size game. And obviously with the size, year on year on year, everyone's getting bigger and putting more size on. Lines are getting blown out, and it's not bodybuilding as we once knew it. It's sort of, they might as well change it to mass building, because there's nothing aesthetic about bodybuilding at all anymore. There's no X. Nobody's really got, especially in the open, and I'm obviously on about the open, not the classic. Nobody's really got, those clean sweeps, those, where they can do a vacuum like the old school. And I'm not trying to jump on the old school train either and just bitch and moan that, oh, it's not like the golden era because I ain't Dave Palumbo. But this is the problem. Sergio spent the last 18 months putting a shit ton of size on, and he's done really well. He's put a lot of size on. He's coming clean. He's coming sharp. His posing was beautiful. But it is what it is. This is the thing. Obviously, we all have our favorites. We all have our dark horses. We all have the ones that we want to do well and progress. And unfortunately, like, say, for example, Big Ramy, we all want Ramy to do well. He's like sort of the special kid in school that you think, oh, yeah, he sort of gets picked on a little bit. So you kind of want him to do well. And then when it comes to show day, unfortunately, he's up against better people. It's just as simple as that. It's happened to Phil. It happened to Ronnie. It's happened to everybody back in the day. Unfortunately, you can only do the best you can do. Everybody obviously wanted someone like Patrick Moore or even Sergio to sort of lower the size game and bring a whole new sort of direction to take the men's open. And it's not going to work. It's not going to work. There's too many mass monsters out and about today that they'll never revert back to the way it used to be. Obviously, another one we need to touch on is Cedric. Do I need to say anything about Cedric that hasn't already been said? Everybody needs to stop riding Cedric's dick just as much as they do Ramy's. Cedric gets away with so much that Ramy doesn't. And I will put this out there. I am not a fan of Cedric for the simple fact that he never brings it. Never brings it. I think probably once at an Arnold Classic, when was it? Quote me, was it 2017, 2018 maybe? Looked decent. But again, everybody rides Cedric. Oh, if Cedric came in conditioned. But he never does he? So it's ifs and buts. But, if you say it about Ramy, you're riding a Ramy hype chain. You say it about Cedric, it's possible that he could. Nah, not buying it. Not buying into it. Who else was there? Do we think the lineup would have been any different with Lionel Bayeki and Nathan Diasha there? Honestly, I think the call-outs would have been exactly the same as they are now, in all honesty. I do think Morgan Asto looked good. I do. I actually was like, when I seen him come out, I was half expecting myself to laugh about it, because not in a muggy way. I'm not trying to disrespect the guy, but he just when he came out and he was going through his mandatories, I thought, you know what? He's actually brought something pretty decent compared to what he's got and who he's up against. All credit to him. He brought something that was pretty decent, I thought, for what he's got. But yeah, anything else? Do you want to touch on, obviously, Alex winning the Classic? Did anybody watch Giga when the, what's it called? Fucking super heavyweight championships, whatever the fuck it was called. Did anybody watch that video I did with the dude with the yellow trunks? Like they just dragged him out of a truck and gone, look, we're a space short on stage. Do you want to jump on? What are you wearing? I've just got my health and safety pants. They'll do. Get on stage. What the fuck were they thinking? Apparently, it's $300 to get on that stage as well. And I think from what I've heard, that's why they're letting any of these amateurs on. But I can't believe that for a second. You can pay $300 and get on stage. Because let's be honest, like all these YouTube fucking jokers will be jumping on it. And do you know what I mean? It'd just be clickbait to hell. Sergio just doesn't have the genetics. I think we can all argue against that point, to be fair. I mean, he's the son of Nebray. What? I don't think you've got a valid point there, brother. I hate to say it. Genetics, I think he has. I just don't think, maybe he hasn't got the genetic capacity to play the size game. I think that's probably the point you're making. Then, yeah, I'd probably agree with that. Structure and frame-wise, again, it's the same with Patrick Moore. You start playing the size game, you blow your lines out, you lose your X, you lose your taper, you just look trash, you just look blocky. I was hoping Ramy had. I mean, I have an issue with Ramy's quads. I do genuinely think they're far too big, and I think what they've done is kept his delts big and his quads big, so it gives the illusion of a taper. But I just don't find it goes in enough in the midsection to justify his quads and delts being the size that they are. And I was a bit pissed off when I found out Chad had said that he was bringing Ramy in lean over 300 pounds like it was a fucking achievement. No, just bring Ramy in his best condition. What whatever the scales say for his weight when he's in that condition, we'll run with that. He doesn't need to be 300 pounds and in condition. Just bring him in the best shape. Steve will place before Ramy. Ramy looks so watery in the upper body. What do you think? Yeah, 100%. I've got Ramy as fourth. 100%. I agree with that. Uwe Woki. I hope I've not just butchered your name. But yeah, I agree with that. I think it's going to be William Bonac. Then I think it's going to be, I'm hoping it's Dexter. Then Steve, then Ramy. And then after that, I don't even care. I don't even care what the other numbers are and who's got what. Sort of fucking irrelevant at that point, isn't it? But yeah. What do you think of the posing routines? Who stood out for you? Like not just masterclass, who even surprised you maybe in the posing routines? I don't normally do these lives, but obviously there's such a big gap between now and the actual final show. I thought, well, why not jump on with you guys, see how everybody's feeling about what we've already watched so far, and get a bit of a conversation going before the main event. I've got 20 odd people in the chat and only 5 likes. Come on, guys. Nebray. Do you think Patrick Moore can still improve? Yeah, but to a certain point. I think he's going to be capped to a certain point. Do I think he can break the top 5? Yeah, 100%. Do I think he could ever beat any of these guys? I mean, don't forget, I've had Patrick on the channel. I'm friends with Patrick. I WhatsApp Patrick. Yeah, you know what I meant. Always looking at it. You know what I meant. It was the surge part. What was I saying then? Patrick. Yeah, I think he could break the top 5. I do. But if he does carry on playing the size game to level up, to catch up with these guys, he's just going to lose everything he's already got. Maybe it might be a case that he steps down in a category. Who knows? Who knows? But I think they can all improve. I think Patrick can improve on his conditioning, even in the next few hours. I think that can be improved. I don't think he looked as shredded. This is the thing, right? We've all watched the same stream, we've all watched the same shit. I think we can all agree everybody looked quite soft. But when you see the photos that are coming out from the show, they're not. And this is why I get so frustrated when they we're maxing the definition of the show at 720p. So I don't know if Redcon one have gone broke trying to fucking put their stream on, or they're filming it on an iPhone 1. I haven't got a clue. Sergio has a thicker waist than his father. This is the thing, though. If I hate you comparing junior to senior. I don't think you can do it now. I don't think that's possible. Maybe like 3 to 4 years ago, because he was at the same sort of weight category. Bodybuilding today is nothing like what it was in the past. The size game is completely different. So obviously Serge is probably 30, 40 pounds heavier than what his father was. So I think maybe a few years ago the comparison's there, but it's comparing classic to open. It can't be done. It can't be done. William first, Big Ramy second. Big Ramy is not placing second. There's no way Ramy's getting second. He's fourth place at best. Sergio's long torso looks. Yeah, I mean, especially when he does the Yeah, I know what you're saying. Who's your most favourite bodybuilder in terms of best bodybuilder? Most of my followers, fans, subscribers, whatever we're calling them, know that I'm a huge fan of William Bonac. I am very good friends with William. Obviously, I had William on the channel as well. He's my personal all-time favourite. Obviously, I'm rocking Arnie. I've obviously got Piana. I've got a lot of other signed memorabilia and shit knocking about. But for me, Bonac, I just love everything about William, and when we talk, he's such a down-to-earth guy. I think the image that you guys see of William is not the one that I see of William personally in his personal life. And him and Kendrick, super cool friends and friends with Kendrick. Kendrick's such a nice guy. And that's the downside. That's like, when I started doing these interviews with them and they were called Raw and Uncut, that was what I was trying to do. I was trying to get the actual individual come from out of the, behind the bodybuilder, and like, who was this guy as a person? Like, what are they into at home? What are they Netflixing, chilling? What are they fucking having in a takeaway? What's their family life? What was it like growing up? That sort of thing. I couldn't give a fuck what their biggest bench press was or squats and how their prep's going. We all know it's the same shit day in, day out. I'm trying to raise bodybuilding, not bring it down. But yeah, my all-time favorite bodybuilder would be William. Overall, it's obviously got to be the big man, Arnie. I think he's done the most for bodybuilding ever. Everybody calls Ronnie Coleman the GOAT. I disagree. I would argue that till the cows come home. I don't care how many Mr. Olympias anybody else has got. If it wasn't for that guy right there, there wouldn't be such a platform we've got for bodybuilding today. I honestly don't believe it. How about Kevin Levrone? Yeah, I mean, yeah, the thing is with Kev, if you scroll back through some of my videos, I met Kev, and in fact, when was it? I met Kev, but May 2016 at Body Power, and that was when I was like proper jacked. And that was, funny enough, the same year that I nearly fucking killed myself taking steroids, and I was pretty much the same sort of size as Kev. And Kev had announced his comeback, I think about 2-3 months prior to that. So Kev wasn't at his fullest, but at that time I was pretty much similar sort of size to Kev. Nice guy in person, bit of a dick in my Instagram chat. Not gonna lie, he's a bit of a knob. But what he's done for bodybuilding, phenomenal. Kev's the type of person who will post a photo on Instagram. I'll tell you a funny story. So Kev posted you remember the first comeback he did, which was 2016, wasn't it? He posted an image. It was online on his Instagram. So as I do RX Muscle, we take the image and we re-upload it to ours. We put our little caption, basically rob the photo, don't we? So we, got the picture, put it on ours, and it blew up, sort of thing. He slides in my DMs and he's like, "Can you take the picture down?" And I was like, "Wow, what's up? Like, I haven't offended you, have I, Kev?" And he's like, "No, I just think the quality's not very good." And I was like, "Oh, have you taken yours down?" He's like, "No." I was like, "Oh, are you uploading a new one?" Or, I mean, don't get me wrong, he's got every right to ask me to fucking remove it. You don't need to give a reason. But what pissed me off was he's gone, "No, you take it down because the quality's shit, but I'm going to keep the shit quality one on mine regardless." So I was like, "All right, Kev, whatever." I think Bonac should have been Mr. O in 2017 and 2019. Ooh, 2017. Oh, I disagree. I'm a fan. I love William. I think those 2 years is exactly what William needed to push him to work harder. And Kendrick, his best friend and is practically his coach, pushes William beyond anything that we know. Like William told us some stories, and when I interviewed him, that Kendrick he'll have him in, and he'll in the gym, and they'll go through the sets, and Kendrick will be like, "Oh, we're doing 5 sets," and William's like, "No, we're doing 4." Kendrick's like 10 years older than William, and he's pushing William. So I made the point of, so when you win an Olympia or an Arnold Classic, you're going to split the trophy with Kendrick. His wife obviously sorts his, William's meals out. So William's got a good team around him. A team doesn't have to be somebody you're paying. A team can quite literally be friends and family. The people that are motivating you, supporting you, pushing you, encouraging you, giving you that fire in the belly to keep going every day. Because sometimes we've all had those days where, you get up in the morning, you think, "Oh, I can't be arsed to go to the gym today," or, "I can't believe I've got to go work today. I've got to pull another shift," or whatever. And then, you get that friend and go, "No, come on, we're doing chest today, blah, blah, blah." Bonac's legs look smaller and smaller. They're shredded, but look like they're getting smaller every year. I don't think they are, for the simple fact that William does post clips of his weight. He does post on his IG story him stepping on to scales, and I think there's only been like the difference of 3 to 6 pounds total. I think today's bodybuilders can't beat all these bodybuilders or shows like Mr. Olympia 99. Again, we can't do the comparison. You can't compare. That's like comparing the first Ford car against the Bugatti and going, "Oh, well, the Bugatti's faster and it's a lot better." It's chalk and cheese. The bodybuilding took a turn with Dorian. I think we can all agree on that. When Dorian had that 12 months off, I don't know if it was growth hormone, insulin started coming out and about around then, with Milo Sarchev sort of pioneering that era of, playing around with insulin and growth hormone and stuff. I think comparing that to, then to now, I think that's obviously when Dorian changed the entire dynamic of bodybuilding to what it is today. That's a fact. And Ronnie, these two absolute fucking mass monsters. It was size and then size and then size every year, from like Sando himself from way back when in the fucking 1900s, whenever that fucker was about, to now. Chalk and cheese. Max should be in the first call out. Max looked good. He always looks good from the back as well. His hamstrings look decent. There's a better video of the prejudging by muscular development. Search for it and give your feedback. Okay, let's have a look at this. Because they are there, and I know they've been doing interviews and stuff, haven't they? So, men's open.
Dating a co-worker.
Fuck my life, these airports. Let's have a look, shall we? See, that is a better video. So, guys, if you have seen the stream, the Arnold Classic stream, it's sort of from the side and from an angle. Muscular development is actually pretty good because it's sort of face on. It just seems a bit too far back. The only downside. But that moment, how did everybody feel in that moment when they said to Steve Kuklo and Bonac to switch places? I was like, fuck. Pro bodybuilding has evolved into biochemistry experiments. It fucking has. 100%. 100%. I mean, can you imagine what bodybuilding is going to be like in 20 years? It's just going to be just fucking blobs on the stage, just blobs of shredded muscle. It's just going to look trash. That's why everybody, I think, was putting a lot of faith in the likes of Sergio and Patrick Moore to sort of bring it down to a more classic sort of style and look. But yeah, no, that muscular development video is a lot better. I mean, straight off the back, you can see the back. So yeah, Steve Kuklo's upper back isn't looking brilliant. Ramy's lower back is looking shit. Ramy's hamstrings look looking shit from the back. Steve Kuklo's hamstrings ain't looking brilliant from the back either, to be fair. Yeah, it is a better quality one. Loving the coverage, man. Keep it up. Easy. Thank you, brother. You know, I do my best. I always do my best for you because you guys know I'm not a pro. You know, I don't do the whole Nick Strength and Power thing where I claim I'm a fucking reporter because we're not. Me and Nick Strength and Power, we're just fans of the sport and we just cover the things that we like, whether it's news or whatever. So I'm just a fan. I am, you know, maybe I'm an obsessive fan. But I've been a fan, you know, I'm 35 on Monday. So yeah, I've been a fan of bodybuilding since I was about 9-10 years old. Very, very young age. It was sort of a family thing. Family members got me into bodybuilding. So I've always been a fan of bodybuilding. But yeah, any other questions? Any other predictions? Any other thoughts? What did everybody think of Alex and Terence in the classic? Personally, I wanted Terence win, but, you know, can't have it all. Did anyone think the crowd was shit? Like, I noticed the crowd was absolutely atrocious. And then they were dubbing the music from the live stream over whatever the athletes were playing. I don't know if that was down to maybe copyright on YouTube. That was my first thought. Maybe they've got to like put some non-copyright music loud over the top of whatever they were performing to, so they don't get any copyright strikes. But I thought the crowd was atrocious, considering, you know, they fucked up the expo and said everybody can still go and watch the show. Didn't sound like any fucker was there. Maybe that was the case. I don't know. I mean, normally you get a lot of screaming, you know, when they start flexing, and then do your best, most muscular. Can Ramy come dry and still win it? No. Nothing can happen between now and 11 p.m. my time that will change anything for Ramy to win this show. It's not going to happen. Not going to happen. Third, maybe at best, but I just can't see it happening. Don't get me wrong, he has brought a good package. It's just he's not the best on that stage. How old are you? Just wondering because you stated you had been interested since you were 10. Yeah, I'm 35 on Monday. I just look devilishly young, don't I? I think that's the problem. But yeah, I'm 35 on Monday. But yeah. Yeah, so 34. Thanks, Easy. My G. But yeah. It's good genetics making me look young. It's probably because I've got a fucking mentality of a fucking 20-year-old. But yeah, anything else, guys, you want to touch on? I quite like doing these live streams. Ramy, I know, ups and downs. I know. It just is what it is. You've got to embrace it. Embrace the fact that Ramy is back. Embrace the fact that, he's brought the best that he can bring. And we've all got to just stop, hoping that he's going to come with a package that will beat everybody. It's not going to happen. Not going to happen. It's, we've done it with Cedric for years. Oh, if Cedric comes in peeled, does he though? No. You can say it about Akeem. Oh, if Akeem ever came in like really peeled. Unfortunately, you have to have the overall package. You have to have something presentable that's appealing for everything. Yeah, 29 forever like me, except my mentality is more that of a 12-year-old. Do you know what, bro? It's funny you say 29 because whenever like my birthday's coming up, people are like, oh, how old are you? I'm like, oh, I'll be 29 plus 6. What mentality of a 12-year-old? I mean, I wouldn't go that far. But I do play Nerf guns with my little boy. My little boy's 4. He's upstairs watching that fucking Ryan's Toy review. Anybody else got kids? Do you think Sergio Oliva Jr. can make top 6? No. I don't know because he didn't look like he needed to do a great deal. This is the thing. There's only so much that these guys can do in this short space of time. And it's hard for people, especially if you're a fan of the guys that you keep coming out with, like Ramy and Sergio and stuff. It's hard to keep thinking, oh, if they just looked like this or they did. Thing is, they're not. What you saw tonight is pretty much what they've brought, and that's it. Even if a lot of them dialed it in a little bit more, once you've done the first call out, you pretty much nail it. Who's going to be in what position? Kai and Ramy always disappointing me in years now. Again with Kai, I'm done with Kai Green. I'll be 45 in a month, and I've also been into it since childhood. Dad was a big fan of the gym, right? Yeah, Frank, same for me. Like, obviously, a lot of you guys know my dad passed away last year from esophagus cancer. So that's why I kind of came off YouTube quite a bit last year because obviously, I've got my little boy full time because I'm a single dad. And then obviously that happened and my uncle passed away a couple of months before that. So it was a bit of a shit time. But yeah, I used to talk about bodybuilding a lot with my dad, especially my uncle. He was really into it. It was actually his weights I first got and started using, and then obviously he had all the magazines and stuff, and then it just sort of snowballs from there, doesn't it? But yeah, 45. You're still hitting the gym though, Frank. That's what I hope. No excuses, brother. Do you know what I did notice as well? Flex Wheeler. Anybody see Flex Wheeler in the wheelchair? Did anybody else think maybe he should be competing in the wheelchair? I think he'd crush it in that category. Is he allowed to compete in the wheelchair category? Is that a fucked up thing to say? Because obviously he's lost a limb, but he's not wheelchair bound, is he? So would he be allowed to compete in... I don't know how that works. Does anybody know how that would work? I think you have to be bound to it, don't you? Kuklo, the new Patrick Moore hype. Not really, Mark. I mean, nobody's really hyped Steve Kuklo. I don't know any other channel that's... I mean, I know Nick Strength and Power covers him quite a bit, but I think Nick's actually a fan of him anyway, so you're kind of going to sort of lean towards the ones you like anyway. And I'm not saying he's done it in a biased way, but I don't think any of us have really hyped Steve that much. I don't think Patrick lives up to the hype. Do you think so? Oh, you don't think he lived up to it? Is that what you're saying? No. Again, I was hoping he'd have brought something a bit more better, especially because I do think at the O last year he was overlooked, and I know that's sort of been used. That phrase has been spawned quite a lot, but I do think he was overlooked last year at the O. I do think he didn't get a good footing in there, and I think this was his time to shine, and he's just got outshone. I mean, look at who we've got on that stage. Let me just take a second to just think, not the channel, the judges, lack of separation. Yeah, I mean, looking at that, I mean, I've still got it on my phone here. Looking at the muscular development video, I think his back looks shit on the lat spread. I think he hasn't got it dialed in as well as it looks on some of the pictures. But this is the problem, we're not there. And once the judges have said something, we can only just chat about it after. It's once it's done, isn't it? It's gonna be a debate for a few months on YouTube. Well, until Australia. Single dad, my hat's off to you. I hit the gym more now than ever. Did you see Flex's biceps? Something is very wrong there. I don't know what the chances of it rebounding or anyone know. Firstly, thank you for the hats off comment for being a single dad. Just doing my bit, mate. That's all. Flex's bicep. Now, has he explained what that's about? Because obviously, when I saw it and I'd seen that Nick had done a video on it, I did see the picture that Flex had done, and I didn't want to do a video on it. I just thought it was a bit clickbaity and a bit shitty to use his disability for getting views like that. My first thought was the synthol thing, because obviously Flex has been known to have dabbled with synthol back in the day. Whether he's going to admit to it or not, other people have already put him on blast, and this is fucking old news. But that was my first thought. I mean, I don't think it's sort of a degenerative thing from the leg, because it hasn't been that long. It was weird. It was like it had pretty much gone. I don't know. Has anyone else got any information on Flex Wheeler's bicep? I can find out. I can ask people, but I don't really want to do a video on that. He thinks a bit harsh. Guy's gone through enough shit for the last, do you know what I mean? God knows how long. And then Nick Strength and Power puts his fucking arm up there. It's like, dude's lost a leg, and now you're fucking taking the piss out of his fucking bicep. Well, I wasn't taking the piss, but you know what I mean. It's like, you know what I mean? Give the guy a break. Just fucking leave him be. You know, he's done his bit for bodybuilding. Whether you like him or not, I ain't posting nothing like that about him. It's just fucked up. But yeah, how long have we got left till showtime? What, another about half an hour or so? I'm just drinking my Diet Pepsi. I had a takeaway. I had cheeseburger and fries. And my little boy had chocolate fudge cake. As you do on them Gainz. So what's everyone else saying? Have you enjoyed the show? That's the main thing. Flex should have stayed retired. A lot of people said that, to be fair. You're not the only one. Obviously, he jumped in when he did his comeback. He knew he couldn't play the size game like Kev tried. He learned from Kev's mistake, I think, and jumped into the Classic. Didn't bode well for him. A few others, excuse me. A few others did them videos on his forearms. Can you remember them? I did one. I think he was stood with Dorian for a photo. Stood with Dorian Yates outside a gym or something. And his arms just looked like a little schoolboy's forearms. It was weird. Anything else you want to touch on? Fucking numbers are dropping here. 40 minutes in. That's why my voice is going. Come on, guys. Could close the new Patrick Moore. Might be, you know. Might be. I think Flex reached out to Nick, but I might be wrong. I have enjoyed the show, but I don't see things like the judges do. Yeah. On the Flex thing, if he has reached out to Nick, and this will always be why I don't like Nick Strength and Power. Nick Strength and Power has a platform and the ability to raise bodybuilding. Whether I like him or not, he has got the ability to reach out to any bodybuilder on social media, have them on his channel, interview them, raise their profile just by going on his channel, direct traffic towards their individual channels, which would then in turn create another source of revenue for other bodybuilders. But he doesn't. What does Nick Strength and Power actually do for bodybuilding? Riddle me this. He covers the news, which is what I was doing before him. He was doing all this background stuff, which was cool. It was good stuff. Now he's just covering the news and that's it. Guy's got nearly 1 million followers on YouTube. How many interviews has he done? 1 with Scott Steiner. And then he got the good graces to get a fucking brief shit one with Arnold. He should be having pros on left, right, and centre. You guys would be flocking to it, and he doesn't. So I've got no respect for the guy. No respect for the guy. He's a sellout. Absolute sellout. What do you think about Kenny KO? I like Kenny. I'm good friends with Kenny. I text Kenny every day, actually. Me and Kenny speak every day. We voice notes each other. But yeah, no, Kenny, this is the thing. That's why I had Kenny KO on the channel as well. Some of you might not know this. I did an interview with Kenny KO on the channel because that was the side I was trying to get across. Kenny has to portray a character on YouTube. And he was open and honest and said, look, sometimes you've got to sort of, you roll shit in glitter, don't you, to make it, you're trying to sell a product, you put it on a bit of a pedestal. He's trying to sell you a story. Not sell you a story, but get a story across. He has to do it in a comical way that he pulls off. I don't think there's been many videos that I've not disagreed with him on. But Kenny's quite an open guy. I mean, he's approachable. I haven't got anything bad to say about Kenny. Like he's good people. He's good people. Kenny is. I've got a lot of love for Kenny. He's a good guy. And I think what he's doing is good because it does throw a spanner in the works for some of these people that are shitting on other people. Nick had flexors on at last year's. What was it? Arnold Olympia. Yes, he did. Do you know what happened about that? I was talking to Nick Trigilli. So do you guys know who Nick Trigilli is? He's got a channel on YouTube as well. So you might want to check him out. But me and Nick were talking about this. There was me, Nick, Terence Ruffin, and Ricky Martin were on my channel last week. And Nick came up. I'll release this part of the footage. And it wasn't even me who brought Nick up for a change. And basically, Nick Trigilli was basically saying, look, at the expo, no one knew who Nick Strength and Power was. Aaron Singerman had bought his booth for him, apparently. And the only reason and the only way they could get people to Nick was to have Sean Roden at his booth to create a line. And this is the problem. I mean, I'm not taking anything away from Nick. Nick is very successful. And what he's done, he's very, very successful. But when you become a voice, you can't visualize a voice. Only some, his proper diehard followers will know what he actually looks like because he's never up in the video. Maybe that's an anxiety thing. I don't know. I like William Bonac's posing routine, very dominant. He's from year to year, he's just gone from strength to strength. That guy has absolutely awesome. I would say that because I'm a fan. But yeah, that's my opinion on Nick Strength and Power. I think he has the ability to do more and doesn't, and that's why I think he's a dickhead. He's just in it for the money. I don't even think anyone can debate it. I can't. It is what it is. If I see him, I'll knock him out anyway. Prick's been stealing my shit for years. Anyway, what we saying? What has Generation Iron posted anything? I'm sick of them fuckers at all. So who have we been talking to? Frank, legend. Ups and downs. Mark, Frank. Only the voice you're right about that. I really like Bonac, but what is going on with his arms? Yeah, it is just the voice that's his problem, innit? If he's not going to be visually recognised for being a voice, I suppose Attenborough probably has the same problem. Whose arms? Bonac's arms. think there's anything wrong with Bonac's arms, was there? Yeah, the side tricep, all right. Double bicep, most muscular. I didn't. He was the one I probably watched the most, obviously, because I'm a fan of him. But someone commented in one of my videos the other day and said I'm a better Louis Marco. I was like, right, okay, normal. They don't look real. None of them look fucking real, mate. We've all wished to get arms like that. I just play the tricep game. I do to get bigger arms. Just keep hitting triceps harder and harder and harder. But yeah, we're almost at showtime. It's going to be a good one. It's going to give us all some content to talk about for a week. Tell you what, drop in the comments. Who do you want me to get on the channel for an interview? Ouch, a better Louis Marco. I know. Louis Marco banned me or blocked me or whatever you want to call it about 2 years ago because I did a video with him and Bonac, and then because I used the funny picture of Louis Marco, he blocked me on everything. I was like, fucking pathetic. Nick Strength and Power blocked me years ago as well. Mature. Who do you want me on get on the channel? I'm sure we can get some more people on. William's already agreed to come on. Patrick Moore has. The problem is there's other channels that other bodybuilders like to go to. Obviously, I'm friends with Patrick. I'm friends with William. I'm friends with a few others that I've obviously had on, so they're sort of easier to get on. But yeah. Has anyone checked out Desktop Bodybuilding's interview with Brandon Curry yet? I haven't had a chance because it was 40 odd minutes long and I didn't want to skim through it. I wanted to watch it in full because I don't know if you follow Desktop Bodybuilding, but there's a guy on there called Xavier. He's a good guy, good friend. Yeah, I've had him on the channel as well. Get Morgan asked. He has massive butt due to height. Doesn't get a look. Do you know what, Frank? That's a good shout, mate. That is a good shout. I think you have to excuse me. This fucking Diet Pepsi's repeating on me. I think if we got Morgan on, I'm going to have to click show. Yeah, if we got Morgan on, I mean, yeah, there's a lot to talk about with him. There was a viral video of him compared to fucking Martin Ford, that plum. Xavier is good shit. Xavier's nice. He's a good dude. He's well grounded. Good family guy. He's got a beautiful girlfriend and baby. He's a good dude. Good dude. Just nice. Nothing bad to say about the guy. A very good knowledge on bodybuilding as well. But yeah, good dude. That's partly why I had him on the channel because he's got his channel. I think he's only got like 10,000 subs, and obviously I'm sat on like 250,000. I'd seen some of these videos. I reached out to him and asked if he wanted to come on mine. And then the same with Nick Tregilly. Obviously, their channels are smaller than mine, but it's about the conversation. It's not about who can get what out of the other person, in my opinion. We all do the same thing. Why can't we occasionally do it together? You know, there's only a competition if you want to make it one. You know, we're all on here to, in my opinion, to put good quality content out first, make money second. The content gives you the quality, you know, the revenue. But yeah, Desktop Bodybuilding, good channel. What else are we saying? I'm going to go off in about 10 more minutes. So I'll give you an hour. If you want to choose between Arnold, Ronnie, Jay, and Phil, who I will believe. Huh? Choose between Arnold, Ronnie, Jay, and Phil. Who will what? Who will win? Who for an interview? Or who's the greatest? Xavier gets good interviews, but his followers are low for now. It is for now. It'll grow. It will grow. Phil, you are. Dennis James hyped Ramy so much in the interview by Xavier. He fucking did, didn't he? I saw big Dennis James had gone live. Was it yesterday or last night? I can't remember where it was. So I'm on Instagram and I've seen these live. I thought, I'll go see what he's saying because he's quite a down-to-earth dude, isn't he? So I've gone on there and Dennis is like, oh, if you want to see my opinion, go to Desktop Bodybuilding. I was like, oh, Xavier's had him on. Nice. But yeah, I saw some of the pictures of Ramy a few weeks ago and he did look good. He did. I can't deny it. He did look good. It's timing. Always fucking it up. Who's the greatest out of Arnold, Ronnie, Jay, and Phil? Arnold. Always. It's not Ronnie Coleman. Ronnie Coleman's not the GOAT. It's Arnold. I'm sorry. Is there a Ronnie Classic as big as the Arnold Classic? No. Arnold has done more for bodybuilding than anybody ever. Arnold is the GOAT, not fucking Ronnie Coleman. You've got to look at what they've actually brought to the table. Ronnie Coleman's brought more trophies to his house, not nothing to the table. So I'll never see Ronnie Coleman as a GOAT. You know, I'm not trying to take anything away from Ronnie Coleman, but Arnold's done the most. Bon dia, Mohammed. So the emojis, Mohammed. Don't even know I'm supposed to translate them. It's a good job people can't put GIFs on here. Is anyone using them GIFs? I'm loving them. It's always Jay for me. That's the thing. Everybody's going to have their own personal favourite. But if you're picking the greatest of all time, it's got to be this guy. Not Muhammad Ali. For boxing, yeah, but it's got to be Arnold. He's just done so much for bodybuilding and still is today. And obviously, we've got the Arnold Classic coming to the UK in 2021. More revenue. Big Ramy equals number one. Yeah, on a smaller stage, maybe. Yeah. This is the thing. Everyone's entitled to an opinion. Everyone's entitled to having their own individual favourites. Greatest Olympia of all time is Nick is the GOAT. You see this FedEx Maestro guy, he's in my comments all the time with something witty, something funny. Do you know what? I need to probably do a video on this. I want to get some subscribers actually on an interview. I want to do this. I want 3 fans or subscribers on and just have a normal conversation with just some normal people. But FedEx Maestro is always in the comments. There's a good 10, 20 people I could pick. Loyal as fuck. I'll post, boom, Mo A, Terrence. There's a few of you. Just always there, something funny, something decent to talk about. And you give me your time, so my time is always available to you when you're commenting. I think oxygen may have ruined Ramy's symmetry until other than Arnold has used bodybuilding to become a movie star, politician, and look at all the various Arnolds. Very good point, Frank, again. If we're putting, Arnold's CV out there, he's done a lot. And then not only that, it's all his charitable work, his environmental work. He's had an ultimate life. Mohammed, you're God. You're God. I'm God. You're God. We're all God. Or I'm good. I don't know. Nick is the GOAT, though. This guy. Fucker. I swear, some of you as well, I've gone over to you've commented on my video, then I've gone over and I've seen some shit that Nick's posted, then I've gone and watched just to see if he's robbed any of my shit. And I see you fuckers in these comments as well. I'm like, oh, okay. Jumping the fence, are we? Oh. Your God. I don't even know what he's even on about. He's on them emojis. We need some of them gifts on the go. So has everybody enjoyed the first call out? I did. I don't think, Nathan not being there and Lionel Bayaki has made any difference. I need to find out what's going on with them two as well, because apparently it's nothing to do with the coronavirus as to why they've not attended. Rumours, I'll say that for legal reasons. Rumours have it that they are not attending because of the coronavirus. What a pleasant evening. I was going to have a few beers tonight, but I'm knackered from last night. Stayed up because I thought Terence was going to get bag the dub. And then he gets swiped. Did anybody watch the show last night? When will the result be announced? In about, it says 11 p.m. UK time. So in the next 10-15 minutes, it should be announced. So I'm going to end this in a minute, so I can get prepped and ready to drop a video. You helped me to pass the time. I'm in Dubai. It's 2:47 a.m. waiting for the show. That's partly the reason why I came on, because I thought, well, everybody's just staring at this fucking spinning Arnold logo. I thought we might as well all, as friends and subs and stuff, have a conversation about it. Bayaki made a comment that someone blocked him, waiting for more. Oh, didn't he remove an IG story? Because I noticed he got the circle around his fucking name, and I clicked on it. It said this post had been removed. Is that what you're on about, Frank? Because I didn't get to see that. You guys need to start hitting me up on Instagram, dropping me all these news, these tidbits of news. Screenshot shit, send it me on Insta. Keep me up to date. Well, you must take it easy on Nick, though. He could be your son at his age, however. Good finals for your. Wow. So you just dropped my age out there like that, though, bro, yeah? It's just frustrating, the whole Nick strength and power thing, because he's got the potential to do more for bodybuilding. And that just frustrates me. Where are you from and how old are you? I am from the UK, brother. And I am 34. I'm 35 on Monday. If you want my address to send all these presents to, hit me up on Insta. He hinted that someone had been involved in stopping his attendance. Oh. And it was on IG. Yeah, I'd seen like I said, something said he'd removed a post. So it must have been that. Oh, gossip. Look at us all that gossip, girls. What's going on? I think the whole Nathan Diashley thing, I don't think that was corona. I think that was down to this criminal charges up against, because he couldn't attend. Was it the O last year? It was something else he couldn't attend anyway. Pretty sure it was the O. Right, I'm going to end it in 30 seconds. So stay peeled for the new video. Go and drop me a follow on Instagram, or DM me on Instagram if you want to carry on talking. I reply to all of you. I always do. I've got time for all of my followers. You give me your time, I will always give you my time, no matter how big my channel gets. And nice speaking to you, mate. And you. And hopefully we'll schedule another one of these soon. Maybe try and do one once a week or once a fortnight or something. Give it back some more. Compared Ramy's waist to 2017 to normal classic. What the fuck happened? I could look into that. That's another video idea there, brother. Right, I'm going to end it there, guys. Go drop me a follow on Instagram or drop me a DM on there. A new video will be out as soon as I can. I don't do RG much. I'm too old. Just jump in the comments on here then, brother. But yeah, on that note, guys, I've been me. You've been you. Peace.